He said during July 1st to 36th, the country witnessed terrible journalism, with many media outlets labeling student protesters as terrorists and militants, indirectly legitimizing the killings. Shafiqul Alam said during July movement, many media outlets, undeterred by threats, maintained professional journalism. However, there were also outlets that acted as mouthpieces for the then authorities, the press secretary added. BNP's acting chairman Tariq Rahman said BNP wants to rebuild the country from the havoc carried out by fascist Awami League through implementing the 31-point charter. He said this while addressing the biennial conference of the party's Noral district unit virtually from London yesterday. The BNP acting chairman said Awami League suppressed people for 16 years and the real revenge against this could be to rebuild the country. He asked the party leaders and workers to get ready and change their mindset to bring positive changes in the country and implement the 31-point. The 4-day 55th Director General DG level conference between Border Guard Bangladesh BGB and Indian Border Security Force BSF will begin in India today. A BGP press release yesterday said a 31-member delegation led by its DG will take part in the conference. It said the 13-member BSF delegation will be led by its DG in the conference. The border conference will officially conclude on 20th February. At the DG level conference, various bilateral issues such as border killings, illegal intrusion, construction of unauthorized infrastructures, violation of international boundary law, coordinated border management plan CBMP, construction of barbed wire within 150 yards on the frontiers will be discussed. This is Bangladesh Betar giving you the news. This news will also be available on our website at www.betar.gov.bd. The White House's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, is now in Saudi Arabia for the first face-to-face talks between the US and Russia towards ending the war in Ukraine. US President Donald Trump revealed yesterday that Witkoff had met with Putin already for a very extended period, like about 3 hours. Meanwhile, a senior Ukrainian government source told BBC that Kiev was not invited to talks between US and Russia aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. However, the U.S. Special Envoy to Ukraine, Keith Kellogg, said Kiev would be involved in today's talks in Saudi Arabia, but the sources said no delegation would be present. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has fully endorsed Israel's war aims in the Gaza Strip, saying Hamas must be eradicated. Rubio met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in West Jerusalem yesterday at the start of a regional tour. Echoing U.S. President Donald Trump, Netanyahu said the gates of hell would be open if Hamas does not release dozens of the remaining captives abducted on October 7 in 2023 attack. The leader's remarks came just 2 weeks before the first phase of the ceasefire in Israel's war in Gaza was set to end. The second phase, in which Hamas is to release dozens of remaining captives in exchange for more Palestinian prisoners, is yet to be negotiated. The final phase of this year's Bishu Ijtima, the second largest congregation of the Muslims, concluded yesterday with Akhri Munajat on the banks of Turak River in Tongi. Followers of Maulana Saad participated in this phase. Thousands of Muslims from Dhaka, Ghazipur and Sawar and surrounding areas joined the Ijtima. The Ijtima ground was filled to the brim prior to the beginning of final prayer. In the Akhri Munajat, devotees sought peace, progress and welfare of the whole Muslim Ummah and the country to the Almighty Allah. The government took adequate security measures in and around the Ijtima Maidan. Cricket in Bangladesh will take on Pakistan Shaheens in the lone warm-up match of the ICC Champions Trophy today. The match is scheduled to start at 3 p.m. Bangladesh time in Dubai. Earlier, the 9th edition of ICC Champions Trophy kicked off with a grand opening ceremony in Lahore yesterday. The tournament is being jointly hosted by Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates this year. The ICC Champions Trophy will begin officially on Wednesday next through the match between Pakistan and New Zealand. Bangladesh will start the tournament through taking on India at Dubai on Thursday next. Finally, weather and forecast Bulletin 1 this afternoon says there is no inland river port warning and no signal is to be hoisted. To end the news, the main points again. Chief Advisor asked the DCs to maintain law and order and strengthen market monitoring. The government's aim is to hold a fair election to uphold the spirit of July Revolution, says Information and Broadcasting Advisor. Press Secretary the Chief Advisor emphasizes on documentation of role of media during July movement. BNP wants to rebuild the country through implementing party's 31-point charter, says Tariq Rahman. 4-day BGP BSF DG level conference begins in India today to discuss issues of mutual interest. US and Russia meets in Saudi Arabia today to find ways to end the Ukraine war. Final phase of Bisha Ijtima ends, and Bangladesh will take on Pakistan in the only warm-up match of ICC Champions Trophy in Dubai today. That's the end of the news. This news will also be available on our website at www.betar.gov.bd. Our next bulletin will be at 9 this morning in Bangla. Traffic Shopjar Kajagram Bangladesh Betar Shunsan FM 88.8. ইউসুফ আহমেদ খান ও সহ শিল্পীবৃন্দের পরিবেশন।
বলো, আমি তোমাদেরকে ইহা বলি